I go off from
Dana Metron Alice Karim, we na the Metron Alaka Government Hospital, we dey talk to Will Mohammed Salim Kamara inside the interview.
All right, well, Fambo, we can take it to one of the headlines to you. So I may tell you, say, some amount of calm do return a Kailan after we see the chaotic situation on Sunday, where basically the resident minister is just to go there in Godi, and we may see also some security measures that when them been put in place for ensure say can be restored. And we also know say some arrests them don't be made because the bike rider we understand say be lost in life, and we also see say the police barracks being born, one of the police barracks inside Kailan. But yesterday they been get a meeting where they try for get some discussion around what will go on and the way forward. So for take me through the situation, even as at now waiting done the happen, and the next step we get on the line now, the resident minister is just to go there with we. Good morning, sir. A pleasure for getting a morning coffee.
Yeah,
All right, so this situation on Sunday, what did actually you make of it? All right, Mr. Resident Minister, what about the police them now? Where be they on duty during the time where this man lost his life? What are the your status as we dey talk?
They not be involved much about the killing or the beating. Therefore, start for release them. But the one where the investigation, the mostly the involved of the killing, burning of the government place. Therefore, move them to the law.
Okay, now that this situation don arise and we see how unfortunate e bin be on Sunday, wetin more una therefore do as community stakeholders dem for work with una young people dem inside dem dey for make dem no dey act the kind about way wey dey act on Sunday?
Like I don't want to tell you, sister, the community stakeholders and the state itself therefore do a very serious work. Because anything away don't begin, election day na corner. Not to Ghana no more, it happen. It happen all over the country. Quick, you then they go into violence, they're not to wait for instruction and they're not to go through the law. When something happen, you get signs of report. When something happen, nothing wrong at the heart. Now you do have. So yesterday, we conclusion message was let we try and engage after the situation. Let we you have 1 minute remaining. Now in more day on the floor. You know, we are not you like I say they say they get a problem with people. Then they get accident. People then they die by the accident. Then they hit people then they left them they run away go.
All right.
This is happen to them.
Uh,
And people not they strike against them on those things. But then anything will happen to each of the membership. They all they come out from group. They say church one, the church all.
Okay, Mr. Minister, along we left video for now, we also get the Bike Riders Union. We will come talk to them concerning them, talk them the way you don't talk so. And I hope say they listen the program and we go try for reach you back if the case may be, if it necessary during the program. Continue for the with me. Okay, so now that we don't hear it from Minister
Mr. Jakagobe.
exactly. So now we get now the studio.
Yeah, the
still
PRO, we na Batilo Baka, Batilo Baka na the PRO for Bike Riders Union, and the national PRO, we come for talk about everything na challenge them. We don't happen with bike riders them. Batilo, you know the resident minister, the points them way it all is. Waiting on a reaction to some of them things that we don't they talk, say even bike riders.
basically waiting now on a take of wetin happen in Akaila on Sunday.
Yes, Family, good morning. Of course, as a union, we 100% condemn the act. Of course, we are a national body, we know the tolerate any form of lawlessness. But rather unfortunate, the honorable minister say because bike rider they hit people, they don't they block their food, people they know they demonstrate against them. And instead make it clear, say accident. An accident na thing wey somebody no dey plan. Accident, you know the plan. Accident can occur at any time. You understand? So not all because of bike rider get accident go make if they get accident with people, they go make the yourself will go old bike rider, you beat her mercilessly till to the point of death. No property, no the way value past life. No property, now this one, not the way value past life. And the people will go on the rampage, the matter they under investigation. Nobody no go able to confirm 100%. They are bike riders. They are disgruntled youth where they kill one of them, now then go on the rampage. And I'm so happy when the minister self admits say the police do not behave professionally. Because how on earth you go meet, they don't beat somebody, then you put her on handcuff. Then you go die now on her hand. The situation very, very unfortunate.
All right, yeah. So you also say no life, no worth property
at all.
Yes, but then also taking the law in forcing hand back for one state property because of somebody die. We know say life very important. Still, that one the two wrongs not they make right.
Exactly. When I make her say the matter under investigation, and whosoever will the law find one thing, let the law deal with her. Because we as a union, we know the entertain lawlessness.
But it's not a secret, Mr. Batilo. Say, most times, if small thing happen, but you go see bike riders, them they go left all what thing they do, they go all go just come bunch one side, aside from the regions, even at Freetown. Small thing happen to one grand bike rider, you touch one, now the slogan.
No, yeah, church one, church all no mean say we dey go for go beat you, neither no mean say we dey go for go cause enemy harm. Church one, church all, like for instance, bike rider go meet a company bike rider park on the roadside. E go must break and ask, "Omo, wetin happen?" You understand? So there are certain times they can try for come in, for them they try for resolve the matter. I don't meet up several cases like that. The last time again, one driver hit bike rider, he kill her on the spot. Now normally, he kill her on a bike rider, they take that body, they go with her to the police. They say, "Pa, that the driver don't kill rider. They not charge you motor car, they don't burn her." So gone are those days where people they take the law on their hand, they feel say they go cut free. We as a responsible union, we don't try hard. Now make we go across the country with the conduct training for them, with the conduct seminar for them, for not try for sensitize them on how they for comport themselves in society, how they for behave, where be say society self go be pleased with them. So if this issue will happen at Kaila on the street, you see we press release, of course, I think I forward on to you. We 100% condemn the act. And we even call on the law enforcement agency. They say, let them investigate the matter. Whosoever, where the law find one thing, let them deal with her. Bike riders, we know they condone lawlessness. We not believe say if you take the law in your hand, anything will happen, go to the law. The law big pass one and the
Una
country.
don't reach out to una members then Kaila.
No, just even this morning, if I call the body we go there as a responsible president. Of course, it's supposed to be there yesterday. If we get meeting with stakeholders as well now, but because of that incident will happen at Kaila, itself move. A move here 11 o'clock na net. A move here for enter Kaila for make sure so that for go pull the situation down. And which he do. Here in team, the national organizing secretary, national president, and the district chairman with their way and advisor to the president all move. So that they go calm down the situation. They know say yes. If anything happen, you know what we talk of peace in a nation, and one thing people for realize, bike riders comprises of more than 85% of the youth of this country, and we are over 1.5 million population. You understand? So anything will happen, like any nation, they go say na bike riders, but these are disgruntled youth. Where they see say they kill one person, now then go on a rampage. We as bike riders who condemn the act. Nobody don't get right for take life. Likewise, nobody don't get right for destroy anybody in property. Not even pull up a government property. Because government property now me you to na taxpayer money and need to take bill. So nobody don't get right for even burn anybody in property in this country.
Investigation they go on, and
Definitely.
we self respect that, and also they look forward to the outcome of the investigation. But what you also don't hear is that the bike riders they use this opportunity where be happen on Sunday for making they self take rage on the security sector, the police, because of them say they get one or two things that way they get against them.
Well, if we say with the fella monkey for him black and we go beat her no more. You understand? If we say with the fella because of the harassment of the police side, now then they go make then the bike riders will go on the rampage. No, we know the
What do you mean harassment?
The harassment on even not only the bike riders, on the transport side. Go across Freetown right now, go across this just Freetown no more. Any corner where you pass, you meet traffic police park there. You meet they're not even 1, 4, 5, they park there.
Then they do their work.
They do their work, but at times again, the too much pressure. Let me tell you something, Auntie Davida. There is one thing, you need to push somebody too much. If you push them by the word too much, it's not going to bounce back. We not say yes, they do the work, but at times some of them they behave professionally. I'm not there for castigate them. No. But I dey talk on the issue of the bike riders and the challenges wey they face in that street. And the challenges wey they face in that street, it's too much. Imagine you go buy the bike, you give me, I for pay you 200 every day. Then you own that bike day. You go with an alcohol police station. I go pay 200 or 300 one day. What I get for pay me boss man at the end of the day? Me send a family man, I get for eat, I get for take care of the machine. So all these are challenges placed on the bike riders. You understand? And then self, now family people there, you know, they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop because they don't want to become the devil's incarnate. Now make what they do. They go for go find a living. They don't go for go find an intimate. For go take care of the family. But if you did bike rider, they go for go take care of the family. They harass her to that wedding. They will come and say, I'm not going to say that make this situation spark up like Kaila. No.
So una don't find that from una your executive that side they not arrest none of una membership.
Well, that one not come to me knowledge it because I talked to them. The only thing they tell me, 8 youth we are arrested and the day under police detention for further investigation.
8 youth when are bike riders.
8 youth. There's no evidence to go prove say they are bike riders because they're not old out bikes. And they're not old out for membership ID cards. So they are disgruntled youth. As I initially say, they are disgruntled youth. where they see they kill one person at the district, and they say go on the
The
rampage.
person wey die, una don confirm say really na by Qaeda.
100%, yes. Of course, the president had taken the body yesterday. He take a go to 8 miles off Daru for let it go bed the late man.
From
So
the
they don't have to
allegation
discuss
wey
that.
don dey come, they also associate this whole thing to drug and kush. Una by Qaeda is also responsible for the life of other people. Also, una can engage their members them for let them sway away from drug and also them by Qaeda.
Well, if we dey talk of drugs abuse or we dey talk of push business in this country, we not just get for limit on bike riders. Then we discuss the issue of the youth. Because this drugs taking, even with the bike riders, what we do, anything so far, any bad thing wey dey can at the country, we dey become the most affected. We dey become the most affected. Reason be this because now we are the youth. Yeah, now we comprises of the youth of this nation. So if this drug abuse, this one a very serious concern to me, and we say the preach against that. Now even with national President Ismail Sandi, himself in wisdom, what he do, he conduct training, and most of the members when we become affected through this push taking, they take them to our rehabilitation center. Instead of spending money, they take care of them. They pour a lot of money for law make sure say no more. We bring them back in society. Let the car begin ride their bikes. Let them take care of the family because plenty of them we don't joke na street. So we still preach against that one, and we still dey continue for preach against drugs use. So that one day we still condemn at 100%.
Okay, we'll continue for the week. We will come back to the program. In name Patrick Batilopaka in the National
Yeah.
Public Relations Officer for the Bike Riders Union. Will tell me about wetin they own take on wetin happen.
Alright, we take
Okay,
another
now.
issue we get for do with the banking sector. We see a lot of reactions where on the come from where UTB, the owner of UTB, we Dr. Sampa Bidai. We see a lot of which step on the come around. We see again the intervention of the Bank of Salon, we for ensure say within that period they're able for address the challenges that we surrounding the sector. But recently, we see the Bank of Salon at UTB finally done they on the way Bank of Salon for the take care, and also we see okay commercial bank if they come in for provide some guide. But waiting actually don't happen, and the proper guidance we will get regarding that. We get the Deputy Director for Financial Stability, we na Alfred Sama de with me inside the studio. Good morning, Mr. Sama. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
All right, for better
Deputy
understanding.
Governor, also
Deputy Governor. Okay, Deputy Governor. Deputy Governor. So for better understanding, sir, give me background to all of this we don't happen.
Okay, thank you very much. So the problem in Union Trust Bank not start after the demise of the late man. It's not problem we don't start way back 2014, 2015, about that time. Where it don't go through several governments. It don't go through two governments. Government of former President Nkrumah and the government of President Bill. So it's not a thing we don't start. We don't start long ago. When Union Trust Bank don't they get into financial health challenges. By that I mean we get one of the key indicators of what they use for maintain the bank in existence. For even allow you to operate under a license what they give you. Than a capital. Capital, like I just explained, that is not capital. Capital here in the banking sector, now like insurance. When you open the bank, and people their money, they go put in that bank with it. So there's always the chance that this bank will fail. So if this bank fail, how we will take care of the people that we will put them money there. When the bank don't fail, that means the bank not get nothing again. Your interest, now for ensure the people that we go put their money, we take care of them. And this means we always say the capital adequacy of the bank will be top notch. They tell you about the health of the bank. So from that time, Union Trust Bank not get these challenges. And we get a regulatory system with the same supervisors and the various banks there on a periodic basis. All over the branches of each bank is go there. We go watch them, book them, and determine whether this bank is healthy or is not healthy. Whether this bank will continue for in business or not continue for in business. So over this period, this capital don't reduce until 2019 when it became very, very acute. We don't make series of engagements, governors in the past and this present governor, don't make series of engagements with the stakeholders of Union Trust Bank. The stakeholders, I mean, the shareholders as well as the management of Union Trust Bank. Una give way will show how committed una dey for bringing capital for up this bank. In other words, they ask them for capital restoration plan. Indeed, they don't give it on. They give them and it span over a period. But then of the period where they say when they go down bring the capital to full requirement level, they never meet that level, that capital requirement. Up to a point, in 2019, the capital requirement of a bank in this country, for them to establish a bank in this country, now been 30 billion. That one they be span up to 2024, we have 85 billion.
30 billion.
Only
Okay.
85 billion. So if you between 30 billion, then you go to 85 billion. But what you can normally say is that money we can put for let you open a bank in a salon and for let you continue to operate as a bank in a salon. If you they come, say for instance, by 2024, somebody be in this country for open a bank, you need for deposit and the central bank with a capital of 85 billion. However, if you don't in existence now, you don't get license already, you still go meet that amount, but you meet them in phases. So 2019 to 2024, now that range they be there. Now, 2024, revise them upward. And we can always revise capital requirements based on the trends in the global financial sector. A lot of things they happen. There's a lot of bank failures all over the world. So they always guard against that one day. So we raise them to 270 million. But that 270 million there, they begin from 122 million in December 2025 to 196 million in December 2026, then 270 million in December 2027. Then after that, we consider again whether for revise them or maintain them. So from all this time I don't talk, from 2019 to this period, UTB in capital is 33.82 million. Imagine in December 2025, UTB, like any other bank in a saloon, before don't get 122 million. Then you not 33.82 million. They will take us back to December 2026. This year, if we don't be 196 million, UTB will still be 30 million. Coupled with that, UTB will not make a high retained loss. When they say they make profit, that profit they make, we don't pay everybody will for pay, don't pay you dividend to the shareholders, don't whatever. What they call a retained profit. But UTB them they get retained earnings, UTB them they get retained loss. This retained loss as at 2019, it be over 350 million. So if you retain loss on over that kind of amount there, imagine you include now the capital requirement. So what them go don't earn at that time? I made the government in a press release say by 2027 UTB the retain loss before don't go up to 580 something million. Now, for open a bank in a salon, you only need $12 million. When I told them 70 million. UTB in capital requirement for them for meter at this time, they need 25 million. We don't do series of regulatory engagement with them. Don't write letters to the supervise, to the publish reports, and so on and so forth. Still they don't meet. We reach at a point to know UTB a day on a life support machine. If we allow them for continue for being in existence, it will create crisis for it because in asset base they don't dwindle drastically to an extent. It not be able for support in liabilities, and as a result, in equity they did negative. Which is to say, should UTB close down? If we be so that we liquidate UTB at that time, now only to say government no longer get tax, but the depositors not be forget their money. The shareholders of them are zero, and that will cause a lot of crisis for it. So that's okay. Let me resolve this bank. But before we take that decision in 2025, we scan the market. People begin come with approaches to it. as interest, expression of interest in taking over Union Trust Bank. After Odo engaged the then CEO of blessed memory several times. As I say, onto this government, we just can't end up. Governors in the past, then they ring me. And the former boss there, they know clearly how much the effort they put into engaging the management and the stakeholders generally of Union Trust Bank for let them find capital and up the business of the bank. So we scan the market. Indeed, we get approaches from various sectors, both non-banking sector and the banking sector. We assess those approaches, then we take and say, we conclude say, in line with financial stability, the only institution wey come to us assess it viable enough for take over Union Trust Bank without causing further problem in the financial sector na Roke Commercial Bank. We call a meeting of the stakeholders of Union Trust Bank and Roke Commercial Bank and other stakeholders. We bring them come our office on the 5th of December. That was on Saturday, 2025. We tell them this is the situation, this is where we want to go, and this is where we are going. And that is going to be effective 8th December 2025. So on that note, we approach the board, inform the board, this is the position of Union Trust Bank, this is the provision, this is the decision we have made under the laws. So everything we do is covered by the Act, by the Banking Act and the Bank of Sierra Leone Act. This time we don't do. Now we don't look at the approaches we come to we don't conclude say Roke Commercial Bank will be the most viable bank for take over Union Trust Bank without causing further problem in the financial sector. Then the board give me clearance for go ahead. So on the 8th of December, we formally place Union Trust Bank into resolution. What does this mean? When the health of the financial sector, the bank or a financial holding company, it don't reach to a point that the asset base don't become so dwindled to an extent, not to accommodate liabilities. In other words, the institution don't become insolvent. The central bank get rights under the law to go into take over the management of that institution there until get an acquirer of that institution there, then accommodate. And on the 8th of December, with the approval of the board, we instituted a caretaker team. And the then ED, we asked them to go on leave with full pay up to this day as I talk. He is on leave with full pay. We set a caretaker team there comprising of 2 staff them from the central bank, 2 senior staff them at the central bank, 1 former staff of the central bank retiree, and a renowned accountant from the private sector. Now even head the caretaker team. And all of this from that day to now, to the time we conclude the entire process, that the central bank been done they pay salaries of these people. No, the caretaker team themselves, the central bank been done they pay their salaries. We not be one for bleeding duty before that. Because people can't pay this. Because every day, I mean, when you look at the salary structure, they're different. So not one bleed before that. It's okay, we go pay. And we not only pay that, but everything will be now responsible. So along the line, we go back to the board. We want to forget an independent valuer of the assets and liabilities of Union Trust Bank. But even before that, in 2024, there was a study done by an assessment funded by the World Bank on the health of Union Trust Bank. An independent assessment. That assessment was done by Answer Young, Ghana. Then CAM, these are Ghanaians, all of them 100% Ghanaians, and CAM, these are foreigners, and CAM, they look into the financial health of Union Trust Bank. And it just corroborates what the central bank in position be. In fact, we don't even worse than what the central bank we don't discover. The report is there, they have it at Union Trust Bank there. Now, when we next step we will take was after we don't resolve the bank, we don't place it into resolution, we say then we get an independent valuer of the assets and liabilities, because at the point now we've been done the close to concluding the resolution, we wanted to be like, you know, when they take regulatory decisions, you have to be top notch, you don't miss anything. In as much as we don't value those assets and liabilities, as well as we caretaker team don't value them, we say, okay, an independent person for can do the same work. We recruited Pro Deca, another accounting firm. We not get anything for do with UTB for a period over 10 years. We say, go look into the books of UTB for we and come back. You go look into the books of UTB, it comes with a very similar result of both EY and Bank of Sierra Leone. They'll say, yes, this is due now, follow conclude. We went back to our board. According to the law, say we need forget an intermediary institution for actually conclude this process. So we recruited again another independent firm, Kestin Sierra Leone. We recruit them still under the pay budget of Bank of Sierra Leone. We recruit them for can do complete the takeover, get negotiation with Procare, and complete the takeover. So when they come, we hand over the assets and liabilities, all of UTB, to them. We hand over the report of Pro Deca to them. We clearly waiting at the shortfalls where UTB get. We hand over to them. That ended the life of the caretaker team. So from that day, now he take over the institution to manage all the assets and liabilities. In the engagement, we ended up transferring only the good assets and all depositors to Roque Commercial Bank. The reason why we did that was that UTB in liability position being so bad off that if we take all of the liabilities so that Roque Commercial Bank, including in depositors, will be for creating worst financial crisis. UTB don't fail, the Roque Commercial Bank will fail. So if you want to take the good assets and all the depositors in the Roque Commercial Bank, there was still a gap. So government, in your magnanimity, it came and say, okay, for let this process complete, me will fill that gap. So government had to painfully fill that gap so that UTB, Roque Commercial Bank, will maintain stability. Government not only fill that financial gap there for stable Roque Commercial Bank, government also bring the money where we use for pay staff of Union Trust Bank. In essence, Union Trust Bank not get no money or not get sufficient money for pay all in staff there. If we be so, they liquidate. Because the first person if we don't pay that government in tax. The second person for consider after liquidation, during liquidation, we say, okay, now look at the customer, they will pay them all their money there. Trust me, customer will not be forget their money.
So what's the owner
Then not
find
to
out?
talk of staff or shareholders.
Okay, so for all the reports the owner put together, and also owner go also look at wetin reach to this way make a bank will be set up na the country not able for continue operations. People may not declare the say this na standalone bank, and then at the end of the day we see that kind of situation there, so for make it able for excel.
So if you look at section 69 of the Banking Act, I will just read some parts of it for you. The opening statement says decision by central bank to place in resolution 69, where in the opinion of the central bank, a bank or financial holding company is failing or likely to fail, the central bank may make an order in writing placing a bank or financial holding company in resolution and notify the bank or financial holding company accordingly. Now, to say an order made by the central bank under subsection D shall be published in the Gazette, which we did, but the correction as follows. In section 3, 69 subsection 3 say, in making a decision to place a bank or financial holding company in resolution under subsection 1, the central bank shall consider one, whether the bank or financial holding company has violated this act or any regulation, rule, directive, or guidance issued under the act, or has engaged in any unsound practices in such a manner as to weaken the condition of the bank or financial holding company and seriously jeopardize, dissipate the banks of financial holding company, the banks of financial holding company's assets. Now, the other one, the most important, the other one here is that a bank or financial holding company can
Let's summarize
company
that for
has
people
become
them
insolvent. Let me finish.
where they
Not just
listen.
finish it, has
Yeah.
become insolvent, or that it may reasonably be expected to become insolvent within the next 60 days. One, now basis on financial stability reasons. Two, for protect customers' deposits. But what we did further, as the governor said in the press statement, due to social stability issues, we approach government because bank no be get money. We approach government, government raise the money, they give Union Trust Bank for pay all the staff them, the end of service benefit. We pay that the upfront. As I talk to you, nobody that Union Trust Bank will not receive in end of service benefit. We don't close that chapter there. Two, we ensure say Roken Commercial Bank take all the staff there on board for a transition period of 6 months maximum. Right now, all the work at the respective branches under Roken Commercial Bank, but in a transition period because not to Roken be the managing Union Trust Bank. So it therefore takes some time for let Roken fix a whole lot of things there. Issues of IT, operations, human resource, etc. etc. At the end of the transition period, we say Roken Commercial Bank will assess the staff there and integrate the one there we qualify for being integrated into Roken Commercial Bank. Whosoever not qualified for being integrated will be paid in full redundancy benefits. But as at this point, nobody is made redundant. Everybody is working for Roken Commercial Bank, except for the then executive director, the executive director also, we don't dey on suspension. But even with that, he's still on leave with full pay and all the benefits we have if they get am. Until we conclude the 6-month period, Roken Commercial Bank will come back to it say, these are the people we will take, these are the ones we not will take. At the same time, we send resident supervisor immediately to Roken Commercial Bank for go sit down there because we know say we dey bring new thing into Roken, full blown. For go sit down there and they monitor the situation. Then also we dey engage Roken Commercial Bank for engage them, we dey continue for engage them for take at least most of the staff there wey dey open at Union Trust Bank.
Yeah, Mr. Sama, one go wonder how much Roken Commercial Bank don't come in for cheaping for ensure say they're able to get UTB just like UTB on there.
How much as in?
Yeah, how much as in this kind which you don't describe, so the kind loss we UTB we don't reach. You look at also the financial burden we the guy they explain just now, we Roken Commercial Bank also get for beer for ensure say themselves able for stabilize everything.
Because of that financial burden wey dey go be, I will call the funding gap. Now the government can sign and provide them the funding gap for the Roken Commercial Bank maintain stability.
A civil society organization say why make government not just do a bailout for UTE and give them all the money they need and also help for restructure them, reform them so that they go before stand as a bank alone.
Me not to government spokesman, but go quick government if the government put out power. Government not to banker. Government and government get your own responsibility. Banking and private sector thing. In most countries in the world where you go, there is either one
the central bank.
Last finish. There is either one commercial bank when a government owned, or there is no commercial bank. In most countries where you go in the world, government already gets a commercial bank. They get the highest share in a local commercial bank. Then they go take UTB back. Not a crisis. Government not to banker.
All right, continue for a day with we in Alfred Sama, we na the deputy governor financial stability na the Bank of Salon they talk about the resolution for the Union Trust Bank. Well, we can't talk about body business now, and I just want to inform you so we don't get the acting head of police media with we in the studio ASP Bob Sen don't join me in the studio, but in the meantime, let we talk to the body communication expert we can talk to we program manager health education program na the Ministry of Health Harold Thomas. Recently the government of Salon through the Ministry of Health and the National Public Health Agency then tell people then through some release with them pull say people already travel from Salon and for Kaisa Salon effective this month as to then for complete the health declaration and travel information form where they say the Salon travel portal now something we open now and mandatory waiting for the use for travel. Waiting at this portal, why make it very important at this time? Good morning, Mr. Thomas.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. We all know the situation where we get in the world. We get an active outbreak of Ebola in the DR Congo and also Uganda. And since alone they don't go through this, and we know the impact Ebola make. So we been very very proactive for make all we activate all the systems and for prevent Ebola saloon. So one of the important measures that we don't take and for make sure say we monitor people that really travel in and out of the country. We call them two what we call the points of entry and by extension points of exit. The air, land and sea borders in our country. So but we don't want to make them very, very stiff for people or inconvenient. First so other countries the way you go, there are paper based forms and they use they get for field form, you write everything and all it take time. And we person though the travel, either you want to go or you come in, sometimes we don't want to make it very, very hard of you. So I make we get an electronic portal where you fill that particular form in less than 5 minutes, 3, 4 minutes you don't fill them. Especially now for your first time, sometimes it will take about 4 minutes or 5 minutes. But if you belong to have one, then say your name as you begin as I was number HAA, I will Thomas don't come. Your address as you begin put them, it don't come. So it's very easy. So one know but the passenger, for instance, when you sit on a plane, who sit you sit down, who you interact with, all of them things, you end status at that point. Ebola, the cardinal sign of Ebola and fever. So we get with thermometer at the airport, we will able to know whether you get fever or not. We get certain quantities and they will on interest. For instance, if you can't saloon, you don't feel say whether they come out Uganda or DRC, then suddenly straight away you don't we get what we call high index of suspicion. Also say we'll put you aside, then we do the necessary for ensure say you don't come in, with them problems and this portal we will do not so for Sierra Leone no more. Sierra Leonean, foreigner, anybody with left the country and with the time inside the country, we make sure say we do this. And we are one of the very few countries that we do and because we know who side don't come out. Although people that they accuse we say we dey overreact for this situation. So man they say, well, this thing they under wait to make una dey do so, but it's better for them we overreact than we underreact. Because I can always say disease and the travel at the speed of a jet liner, like outplane in speed, and because they not get truth that now we are the vehicle, human beings, are the vehicle of animals and are the vehicle. So we make sure say we monitor this and anybody, not so exception, now picking safe we go, but we not make them like cumbersome. And right now, like if you look at this portal, like, you not even get phone or Android tablets or something. We don't give tablets to the port health officers, we call point of entry officers. Then we'll fill them for you quick one, and even if you get your phone, you don't fill an house, you're not able for sync because you don't get internet. Where you go, they will give you free Wi-Fi at that point, where will connect on you actually sync the data. Then we get people within at the post, we now the point of entry, we go actually we get with scanners and we will create the QR code for you where you will use. So in case anything happens, until somebody can now let me say in the Lord forbid they get Ebola for instance, then we go back to that portal, we will say we will look the system within here, the interaction and we go before investigate then kind thing and this one and that make we do am.
Okay.
So what's the important information the way they actually, which some of them are still the person.
Well, some of the information, like a young personal data, your name, your address, your street number, who say you go, who say you promote, now them basic things, and they don't all that else, like if you're not getting signs and symptoms of Ebola, like fever, headache, and all, and like the fever, so we not even ask you whether you get fever because not so subjective something. If we point we either we turn our camera on you or we use the infrared thermometer, but we will know whether you get fever or you not get fever. Or if you, they start the rule when you don't travel, in the last maybe week, all that one they get for sure. So
Okay.
that based on that they will know.
All right. So tell me also what's in the status of the Ebola, of course, the side and way on I don't say it dey like Uganda and the like. How we don't the waka now, or if you don't have for waka.
Well, initially, then get an DRC,
Mm.
and then get imported cases in Uganda, because very close, but outside the hit there it's on the DRC because Ebola na disease of where behavior, and when we get an salon, we been see how people they behave, some man get the one away. And that same problem in like Uganda. You see, we in a one thing we don't get Ebola in the country. And from that day, that time we declare am over. We always, not the way we are here in Uganda, we get what we call VHF surveillance, viral hemorrhagic fevers. Anything like we get Ebola, chikungunya, Rift Valley fever, Congo Crimean fever, Marburg fever, all any Lassa fever, all the one in the family of viral hemorrhagic fever. We been always the test every day. For anybody we get that, if you get fever, you get headache, you get bleeding, and all, a prime suspect. We dey test, but from that time we not ever get any positive case of Ebola, that it comes in. So we very, very much vigilant because the behavior na the problem. DRC they don't get am at the 17th time they don't get this thing. But still behavior like how they dey get am from the first time. Where people you remember one sense where the people wey get Ebola, where they want give them safe and dignified burial, then go storm the treatment center. They even burn parts of the treatment center, then one force for take them body. Just imagine they don't get them for 17 times. So if them kind attitudes can be, it go difficult for that problem they solve. And the other thing we make it concern now, Salon, what during we get Ebola and then 3 countries there, we do a lot of research and get vaccines and then we don't develop vaccine. For that Ebola Zaire na one strain of Ebola. We get so many. Even we don't discover one safe na Salon will not be ever able to add to it. So, but so if anybody gets Ebola Zaire, we don't get them, we don't get immunity. So if that they can be, you no go likely forget them. You understand? Or you will don't get the vaccine, you no go likely get them again. But this one we cancel. I make people die and sick a lot like Uganda. Na different thing. They call them your skin. That one day, if you get vaccine or if you don't sick of am or you survival, dey work. Na different thing. So and they take between 6 to 9 months for them get a vaccine. Right now, scientists and they work will get a vaccine, it will take long. So until the outbreak done, now after that, remember Salon said now after the outbreak, we'll be able to get them vaccine and they will do trials and everything. So it's not like I say they don't do anything. You will be getting a survivor, like we will get them, association of survivors in a Salon. If anything like Ebola, they want to they can even work with we, they know will catch them again or but now if this one, may the Lord forbid it can. A difference is just like and this one, and that make a lot of people don't get a lot of deaths. So we na Salon, we don't want that day, but people they really don't understand. they always like the first thing I remember at time at TV or radio, you know, everything people in talk and say COVID done, Ebola be done, Mpox done. When I want money back for government, when I want bring other sick come back to the country. We know they bring other sick because things like Ebola, we lost a lot of the colleagues them, doctors, hygienists, lab scientists, a lot of other people there. Let alone when they talk of the public. We know go one down in a disease where they forgive. For instance, if you go touch some side where Ebola dey, you go over na your hand or your eye, they say, hey, this person no dey know na small pikin or na wetin. E go dey at least. So we no want that, nobody no want this. So na that make we make sure say we dey do this, for protect the lives of everybody.
Alright, continue for stay with you inside the program. We'll get the Salon Police. As we know, we don't talk about this incident really happening at Kailaon, even though some stability don't they. But let we get again the Salon Police own side because it's crucial to this particular occurrence to be happening. We get the acting head of media when our ASP Bobson Senu for the Salon Police. Good morning and welcome to one.
Good morning, pleasure.
Alright, so what's the current security situation in Kailaon?
Yeah, normal CEDAW return, normal activities ongoing, but the investigations as well as continue. Because two incidents we need to look at. One therefore do with the homicidal act, that is the alleged murder, and the other one with the arson order of the related offences committed. So in total, we get 24 9 custody.
Alright, from Una own side, Salon Police, what's actually Una make up of the situation will be happy?
Yeah, the fact of the matter is that now misinformation and disinformation. Because on Sunday, it was around 1:30 in our broad daylight. These two police officers, one where they call Kabaya and one Yusuf, they didn't have police station. This disease where they identify now as Abdullahi Kalon, Adaruide, Kana Kailam, and began married issue day, so it can. They go to the park for go buy tramadol and 225, and then 3 row, each one contains 10, so that's 30. So you buy them at the park, they go nice somebody chase them. Because this person, say that 225 is banned. So when something stares, the value, the market cost the value. So this other youth man will be there, we get that money for buy. Now he chase this disease now. They say he want buy the thing in my hand, but that way we buy, I don't get that money there. And the man say, no, I tell this thing to that. I'm a villager, I go to. No. He said if you move at the shout thief, and we all know Salon situation. Outside they shout thief, people they go with it to Islam will beat them. They know get intention for kill, but Father will beat them. Some can get different intention. So the disease is in a joke. Continue for go. This other boy shout one a thief. Since a stranger, he run towards one section where they call Banyawaru section. To use the fella. He go na one Mami Sibanya compound. So Mami Sibanya now I call Kaba, the policeman. But the policing will go to call routine duty. If I there now they call me, everywhere before they come, they book me. Say I don't left police station, West so that are trace of your movement. So that policeman is instruct, they will book me. I don't get distress calls that they respond. It take another police officer when a detective, they wear uniform as they are in. So there were two go now the place. They reach. The Mami Banya say they don't go towards the library area. But we get a responsibility. Don't worry. Regardless the fact say who side they call we for, we don't go, not see and we not stop them. We will continue. So they continue for go that direction where they don't say they don't go there. Reaching at that axis, they meet a huge crowd surrounding this boy. They don't have gone. Hopeless. So when police reach there, some man begin weak. Some man say, nah, from sick. nothing no wrong with her. On that moment, they discover say the boy don't die. So misinformation now spread from one particular chairman, according to him, that a member of the tell and say police be the part of the mob the way they kill this boy, and therefore they go on the rampage. They go burn the police barracks at Pelego Road, with now 4 apartments. Entry Kailan will get one post there, where in a point, then burn out. Then go attack also the stations. We get a solar light in that place. You know, we don't introduce this handset with our Tetra. During the era of Kitbidu, now we get the handset that they don't know. So the current IGP counter and say no. Time the day where you one commander, we know get her. We can there now with that handset they a call where you go now. Internal communication handset. You call na Kailan, you will get. Call na Kabala, you will get. So they don't reactivate all that things. So then boy then go damage all that side. One other policeman they will call Mojo, may not be even there. Then go spoil the place, damage you begin there as well. So because of the condition, the security apparatus, the regional commander, the ACP Canada, they almost left there. So they impose curfew for minimize the movement of people so that we don't get any casualty on the side of the police.
All right, ASP, well, we don't get from the Salon police, but to tell like we get also conflicting reports because one, they say like the police arrest the person, the deceased now, and according to you also they say na a lifeless body will not meet the. So what is actually in the situation? Was there an arrest at any time of this person who died?
No, the arrest was misconstrued at the point where police looking at the place. Because since police now at the place, they say they don't hold her. Police don't hold her. But police meet already, they don't die, they don't kill the boy, they don't undergo. Police meet there. If police not be responsible, that initial call, when they call, outside the meet, now they for stop go. Because the person we call, say, if man they don't enter and come back, they go there, they say they don't go so. So police decide say no go there. If let's assume say police don't be continue at all, that boy died, they say now because of police fail to respond, make it die. This will have been also another issue. You don't understand? So police meet the police. Somewhere around, when I see police on mango, if I see you I'll show you the picture. Now stick lay down by the boy. They broke stick there where they happen. Police they work out.
So why this information now they fly now say the police na in go arrest this person here so say he left for some time na police detention then he give up then the other the youth there now when Uswa beat Uswa now going to revenge or vengeance say they go react for the police barracks.
Well, let me tell you, we get what you call institutional history. From 2014 to 2016, happens similar thing happens now. Bamo Eluma, now be Ebola victim. And we get bylaw say anybody will die or suspected Ebola. Team day for there. They say no, this now man, now we remember, now we go there. It also resulted to burning of police stations now Bamo Eluma. And we get also what you call distraction of evidence. Some man they do this thing, but for take the minds off of the police, they bring in another things just to divert the cause of the investigation. That is also another aspect of things. It happened again in Abu. Police officer, bike riders, these road cops, they do highway patrol from Nilono to Shemingo. Within that bracket, one other bike man, I see one incomplete bike man, we not get number plate. And I say, hey, what is it they come with? So that talk, what is it they come? He move. He not go far. Again, cardiac attack. In the view of other people, this news also spread that what if they don't the chase bike man, he don't go for it, don't die. What will happen again? They attack the office, they even go on about when they attack. So this has been the trend. It happened again years back, Nadawu. This bike rider involved in accident. We all know accident case when fatal, the person died. The matter the owner police. They say no, they release the bike. That man would use the victims, the one where they wound or injured, they take them. They say, no, but listen to the procedure. It's too early. We see what happen again. Who destroyed bars, who disbars other facilities. So these are some of the trends of which we get facts that some man can do this, just to take off the attention of the investigations to elsewhere.
All right, how far on an investigation don't go? Which one I don't defend? Actually, na bike riders then go set the barracks ablaze on a youth. Yeah, because now people dey wonder
Well,
that man run after this man kill and not the same youth man and back and then go born. So wetin really dey happen inside Kaiama?
well, that is why we dey talk to the general public for, assist the police, and also rest assured that they come up with fair and transparent investigation on this. But the initial report was that the chairman was told by his member that policeman and a part of this mob justice. Now don't ask this question. Let us assume the policeman and be part of this. What about the other youth man when they do this act? They attack them. So the thing was well orchestrated. For now, we get 24 in custody. We look at all these things simultaneously for carrying out the investigation, whether a bike rider or a youth or this.
Among them 24 police then did they?
Yes, we get 2 police officers.
Okay, that's not the one them.
Yes, because the allegations say they were part. So you see how transparent we are. Otherwise, we say no. But no, the investigation I process, you get for look at all things. And that kind of investigation, they require time and patience to ensure they reach to the bottom of the investigation.
All right, the resident minister, if I can quote him, he talked to Morning Coffee, and then he say one thing we then don't realize, now the fact say the police do mistake that side for make them go arrest somebody where they find out say they don't beat, at least they don't come go to hospital, make them go treat them, don't during the treatment now later, then to follow up with whether or not been man or not. But they not behave professionally. That's in mentioned to me this morning. Yeah.
They say they handcuff the person. Well, the fact of the matter has to do with the spread of misinformation. The boss is also called the police. We don't get facts from them. Police not just grab body. And there are also eyewitnesses where they been the way police reaching at the scene. We get forget all this part. And in cases like this, we go to call joint investigation. We can do for ensure say we do not get the fact out of all things. You don't understand. This policeman not even sabi this person, let alone get malice. He not sabi am. They not sabi this boy. This boy, the question now the disease, they say now that we dey, now they come up. So these are all issues we will guide with for concluding investigation. You understand? But we not go say totally, entirely, now bike riders then kill the boy or now bike riders and do this. But the initial report, as it is now, that the bike rider chairman, they get this information from, remember, the police will be part of the one who they do.
All right, the building now we born. Waiting that they happen now concerning them, how because we know now style the way people they occupy
Yes,
or the way they then they use. So what's our arrangements now the police don't make?
Well, I mean that is we in policing we get 3 major layers. We get the strategic visions where will be provided by the IGP. We get the tacticians way at the AIG level. For instance, the IGP saying that this I want to do from this period to this period. That AIGs way at the tacticians who refers to as parliament. They now they develop strategies say how we will achieve this proclamation of the IGP. Where they not coin that strategy for implementer now, we get the operational layer with the LEC for. So at that level, they will be able to handle that situation. And that is why yesterday they began high level stakeholders meetings with the resident minister, SSM, other security apparatus for ensure say we do the need for everybody come on board for carry out your own responsibilities as where things are.
Okay, so one thing again when the president minister mentioned said this now not for only kind now moving forward for the next thing has to know they happen na any other community again for the people they know they take law into their own hands and what thing una go for do as security people then for make sure say una try for engage young people then or whatever security measures they una go for they put in place for the avoidance in there because before the police they can now they say 4 blocks don't burn.
Yes, we dey talk about the transition from force to service. This is not the package where the transition gets. Where you get from do with people-centered policing. Now more of community engagement we dey do. We even get Jimbo on that one day. We still recently na the light wetin also happen wey dem kill another person. Sharp and a thief. It only happen. This is common at salon level where they say thief. People not even concerned that they dey run go there. It is also bad. We don't do a lot of gyms they out with community relations department. And one of the benchmarks now the executive management board use for assess the effectiveness of the commanders, that is the local unit police commanders. How often they engage with the community, with the stakeholders on community policing issue. That same Kailam district, wey na also, recently they get one serious issues over land, 2 sections. So because of the tension don dey high, the local policing partnership board bin report this matters to the local unit commander wey na ACP Banda Black. Dem bring these things to the attention of the paramount chief stakeholder. Say this na for Banga, and the lively means of people on that side na Banga. Let no result to any further confrontations. We need for bring stakeholders on board for this. So this has been some of the proactive measures we will do for instance. Say we talk to the youth man for let them not take the law. It don't lead to a lot of other things where some man don't reflect the life today. They don't even kill people. Now stakeholders in society. We are missing identity to say that man. It don't happen on several occasions apart of this. I mean, in several other areas now.
So going forward, ASP, wetin una don learn from all of this and how una dey take for the addressment?
Yes, the landing point has to do with the ideas of bringing in this change from force to service. You know what necessitated this one? They be do one security survey. They say 45% of police officers they don't beat them during the course of executing their duty. It could be maybe as a result of the behavior of some of them policemen or because of the behavior of some of them people within those communities. Make we decide say let we recoin and bring in new model, new policing model we get for anchor on community engagement. So it is also part of our daily activities now. We move from one point to another. We get a department we cut across all the 38 police divisions. Any side we go, we get community relations department. Then you not to for sit down office, now for go out, engage the community people, talk to them, some of the things that way they need for them. But they do. But the most troublesome animals on earth, na waterman. You see them B-54 all them weapon, not for bush animal, not for waterman. That tells you we still not. Some people are still not willing to go by the trend of modern policing.
All right, we go come back to you. Let we just hear some text message and we don't come much of blessed text and say, Mr. Bank and at the studio say waiting at the fate of the customers them where then get account with Union Trust Bank. It says since the bank don't close. Another one say Ministry of Health say una really dey try or say una proactive. Say plenty thing and they this be anything where you don't see say una dey act before anything happen bad. He say una kudos, especially this bentel where you see that 300 days activism for making my pikin not die. So una keep it up about saying I'm say ASP Bob since then will be there too. Well, SLP is saying in total they condemn the police officer then for where they know they behave, where they not behave. professionally and condemn the bike riders themselves for way then take the law in their own hands. It's so sad. I take another one again this morning. We say Mr. Samaisa, nothing say answer the bailout question satisfactorily. One will say government bailout hotel bank. He say it is successful. He say why not for possible for UTB winners Saloma Airport Ahmed send that text message. I take this other one. I look the way same. Good morning, Vida and Mohammed for the program, the morning coffee program. Is say really sweet. Is say but the deputy, the person way the deputy bank governor, say the people of Mamba say get one grain bank. He say and it really painful for customer them that side. Say they suggest for another additional bank like the Salon Commercial Bank, Farmer Junior and Fankunia send that text message there. This other one say them bike riders them is a Julia una try for the behave lawfully. Say una self no say among una self plenty one and day wey no dey behave well at all at all. Say the way dem dey ride, he say and dem dey take tramadol good fashion one. He say get evidence for that. He send na Jabati na Bo na im send that text message dey. I take two more Simbi before we come to the guest them. This other one where they talk about say film. He say he may wish for make lady UTB team up. He say but if they not be manager well then he reach so he says na lesson for other one we go out for come. He say but in the pray that salon people and say go come together and get them kind of a bank then they and do all what they for do for make them bank then they team up now the country. He say indeed the Okel Commercial Bank now run the team up as the giant bank now Africa. Alim send that text message. They say Monica Fona plenty. Thank you for what always they give we useful information every morning. Say we in week in must spend in radio for listening to what they happen all over the country. The messages still they come, but for sake of them, let we come to we guess them. Then see what we see what everything they done. The makeup of the messages then they okay. So we go come now to the bike riders union public relations officer Patty Batilo Parker. You hear some of the messages and what now you take so far.
Yeah, well, that one is a very good one as I initially said I am. You know, lawlessness, we as union, we self not entertain and we're not ready for answer to that one. The dynamic will condemn the act from the onset where this thing happened. You know, for that just go for that tell people that they showcase what we do as a union because of evidence. I just read the press release what we do. Just few lines
Okay, because of time, yeah.
because of time. You see, the Sierra Leone Commercial Motorbike Rider is a law-abiding institution that believes in peaceful engagement, dialogue, respect for the rule of law. We categorically disassociate the union and its membership from any act of violence. So what this all tell you is that we step 100% condemn the act when the youth they do. Because this, as the big brother likely say, the matter still under investigation and nobody know able to prove them yet. See the people there, 24 people or 25 as are led by the minister where they arrest, where they do under detention are bike riders. But we as a union, we self will doors are open for further investigation. If they call on me, then we self will still end with the hope for a transparent investigation. This lady investigation not only limits to the SLP, but also to call on the ONS and any other security apparatus. But then they come in and then they see how best they will able to investigate this matter. Because what I hear from the resident minister, we did not do say they handcuff the boy and go they try for take at police station, die in their hand. Then the ASPC, the police they all arrest and handcuff her. Then they'll not wait for the investigation. Yeah, and they wait for a transparent investigation. And that no more will see. And to membership out there, we still encourage them, let them not take the law in their hand. Salon be pass to all. If anything happen in this country, they affect everybody. If anything happen in this country, we say she don't show. I mean, no go she don't do. But because of the drive this country like peaceful nation, I mean, she don't. I will talk to them. So we still they preach peace to them, and will continue for engage them concerning the peace business, and then they not take the law in their hand.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Now we will come also from Mr. Sama from the Bank of Salon.
Yeah, on the faith of the customer and UTB, I wanted the public knows that we take this action for two most important reasons. One, for ensure say no customer and UTB no loss in money unduly. Then two, for safeguard the soundness of the financial sector. Then to date, we not get complaint of any customer na UTB wey lost money because all the customer na UTB now they under Rokel and the bank is all na UTB they operate under Rokel normally. On the bailout question, this point I no answer am to how im be wan make I answer am. Yes, government bin come into Rokel for bailout, but by then government also na be shareholder na Rokel. Bailout na just for say okay, can't save me from this financial distress. But we are the first person for bailout in a company. Now the shareholders, ask yourself, what the shareholder then do? Did they bring money for bailout UTB? Be mindful that UTB now 100% private owned. And as a private owned entity, the also you put in money, you for always put in yes and you must there. If you see the company they go down, what do you do as a shareholder for bailout the company? I want for also make let people know say maybe the difficulty Union Trust Bank bin get for raising capital na because of their financial status. If UTB, if for let you bring money, if for bring money na UTB for let you stabilize UTB, you be need $25 million. Therefore, open the bank, they just need $12 million. Anybody look at your financial statement go say no, make I think twice before they go put money under. UTB was poorly managed and Nana make it inside this. So I not blame government for this. Government bail out Rokel because government are the shareholder of Rokel, government money be inside Rokel. That mean government bail out Rokel. Only one bank na Moyamba, we don't hear this. I mean, not to say to a bank, actually they do commercial banking. They commercial banks say where they do their own activities. Then we don't hear, but however, we don't hear we get a bankers association will meet, we will bring this to their attention and encourage them. That's as much as we can do. Encourage them for see how much they go, how far they go into them region and they. Hope UTB should have survived. Yeah, then I will all hope say UTB for don't survive. But then you not go trade off the economy for hope, for other sentiments or what have you. We as regulators and the law with the follow. I mean, if we be left UTB for day by now until if we don't be into a very serious crisis. Yeah, just permit me. Sorry, I read this yesterday and I have to read it again today. Just permit me for make I read an appreciation text wey I received from a senior staff of Union Trust, but we currently dey work under Rokel. I received this one on Sunday at 09:29. Good morning, Deputy Governor of Financial Stability. I want to thank you and Governor Stephen for the good job you did at UTB. It was a disaster waiting to cripple the economy. This is from a senior staff. UTB was a disaster waiting to cripple the economy. The central bank demonstrated that they have a human face by ensuring that staff are safe and benefits are paid. That decision was huge on government, but your offices made it happen. We are grateful and personally admire your leadership and nationalism. The next phase is the post-acquisition. This is critical for the central bank so that the decision made earlier can yield a positive outcome. I am still supportive of BSL and will continue to provide the needed collaborations to maintain stability.
Okay.
This is a message of appreciation coming from a senior staff.
As we round up.
Yeah. So as we round up, yesterday I engaged a few banks and we don't tell them say this is a very strong message, we don't say very strong signal. Any bank will leap small with the kind siding and we'll go after you. But then you will be don't trust money, now you don't trust bank. When now you feel say, oh, the bank don't look, I don't free their life, we they come after you. One of the functions we will give intermediate institutions now for manage the bad debt. A day they will don't institution with the pay and full money, but manage all them bad debt. People they belong say, oh, we don't write off, but they're not the book. Oh, they don't lock now. No, whether we lock Union Trust Bank or not, the financial system continues to exist. Will they come after you? Will they come after your collateral? The last penny they pay.
All right, that's now Alfred Sama, when I Deputy Governor of Financial Stability in the Bank of Sierra Leone. All right, Mr. Thomas Harold Thomas, Minister of Health. What you make of the text message and what you go left with Fambo?
Well, not much than just community, but let's say the type of people and say like this portal they make to for inconvenience anybody and for protect the citizens and even non-citizens because then can say threat anywhere is a threat everywhere. And until everyone is safe, no one is considered to be safe. So one safety for all, and make we cooperate. And anybody we not even able to fulfill that form, they will get with port health officers and very white books at the airport, then write and then port health. Then we assist them, even if you don't get internet, we'll give free internet for just seeing the form. If you're not submitted, we'll fill them and we'll fill them for you so that you know we'll waste them.
Thank you for the information. The program manager health education
Yes,
program.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me just clarify one thing made by my brother. You asked a question, say resident ministers, the boy be the one that come. So well, that is also part of the investigation. I don't ever deny say the boy was not caught. I don't make that statement like that. This is how the news is spread. When we talk about professionalism, now a relative term, what do you see at the group? We consider it to be professional, or I'm posting this and otherwise. So basically, that matter they want the investigation. As I say, they are let's say police officer in the part. Where is the two police officers? Then they're part of the 24 consultants. That it tells you we condemn the act, we condemn every act. We get what you call failing to respond to any reasonable call made by the public. And that was the problem with then two police officers been tried for advert. When Mami Banya called, they go like us. They say no, they don't go so. They would have easily returned back. They say no, our responsibility, nobody. So this deal is also a matter of one investigation. But the good aspect of it, calmness don't return like Island, and the people they cooperate with the police, and we also they assure them that we do level best to ensure say we get the actual one on the fact.
Well, thank you so much. It's the Marai Bobson Seno, when I'm the acting head of the Salon Police Media. All right, we go take Brother Polly inside the edition of the program Morning Coffee with you live from Salon Broadcasting Corporation. Before I go, I remember you sent word we come out from Kelvin Jabati with the Lekayat one sote. They say no go melt only. Thank you to William Knuckles for technical support this morning with the live stream Facebook page. Gerald Salifu Tamara we also give me support this morning, and to all the correspondents as usual, and community and partner station them and regional stations them where they link with Morning Coffee. My name is David Agaba. They wish you a lovely day. Me company.
Me and one